behalf of both school systems, Perryville and Jessieville, we wish to thank you for being here to support high school football on this Friday night. From all the players from Perryville and Jessieville, thank you. Let's get ready to welcome your Lions onto the field. Let's get up, let's get loud. Call them out, guys, call them out. Deep to return for Perryville. Number 12, Shane Hester, along with number 20, Cole Griffin. Kicking position for the Lions, number 25, Alison Quiones. Number 3, Jesse Hawks on the kickoff return back across midfield into Lion territory.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Colton Hooper. I'd like to welcome you to Phillips Field and Lions Stadium. I'm here with Jordan Graves in the booth. Tonight is Jessieville's homecoming. As we here on top of the hill, Jessieville are playing Perryville. Jessieville lost the coin toss, so we decided that we were going to be kicking the ball. Perryville with a good return, brought it out to about the 40-yard line. Go over the real quick as we're coming in here late over the coaching staff for Jessieville. As you got your head coach, T.J. Burke. Alongside him is going to be Tony Freeman, Ryan O'Neill. He's been a part of this coaching staff for several years now. along with Ron Young. Go over real quick. This offense here is in the quarterback position for Perryville is the number 12 of Shane Hester. Shane takes the snap. He's going to hand it off up the middle as they're going to move the ball, keep the feet moving for about a 5-yard gain on the play. Excuse me, that was Shane on the keep there as he uses his size to bumble forward. Waiting for the snap, drops back, looks over the middle, under a little bit of pressure as it's tipped, but caught. He's going to stumble forward and be brought down after a first down. That ball was tipped at about the line of scrimmage, but caught by the number 6, the Crete Tipton for Perryville, and that's going to set them up for a first down, as that is going to be their first down of the ball game here early with just over 11 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Looking to throw. He's got a man, and it's caught. Touchdown, Perryville early. That's number 20, Cole Griffin on the reception. That quarterback took the snap, and he was just untouched. Had a receiver down the sidelines, wide open. Beautiful pass, beautiful throw. Put it on the money. And Perryville is going to draw first blood here with 10:52 left in the first half. Number 64, Hayden Gottsponsor on the field for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. And they're going to take the early lead, 7-0 over Jessieville. That was a good drive by Perryville as they were able to get good field position on the return, have a few good QB keeps, set up a good first down, and take a shot to the end zone on first down, and they were able to hook up for the touchdown. So Jessieville now, as we come out on offense, going to have an opportunity to see what we can do, as we are known to have a pretty good passing game, as we were able to put up several touchdowns through the air last week in our huge win. Back to return for Jessieville is going to be the number 5 of B.J. Holloway and the number 13 of Charlie Davis. Charlie Davis had a big game last week receiving as he put up just over 100 yards, about 130 yards, 2 TDs. Put up a very, very good game. Him and Hare were able to connect a couple times as he is one of these veteran Jessieville lines out here. The kick is up. Looks like it's going to be returned by Davis. Davis looking for a hole. He's going to find a gap, breaks a tackle, stays on his feet, and he's going to be brought down right about midfield, about the 48-yard line. Good return there by Charlie Davis as he found a little bit of a gap, kept the feet moving, made a guy miss, and was finally tripped up right out about midfield. So as you see here early in the first quarter, special teams being a big factor on both sides of the football here for both teams. As I mentioned, our quarterback, number 14, Carson Hare, in the backfield. Had a great game last week. Right there you see him with a false count. Looks back to the sidelines at Burt. Tries to check out of it. Takes a snap, looks, sets up across the field. It's going to be caught by Benson. Benson makes a guy miss. It's going to make the reception across the midfield, and it's going to be good enough for a first down. Great snap there. Great pass by Hare as he was able to find number 4, Joey Benson, on the snap, or excuse me, on the slant. Quick handoff. And they're playing faster than I can commentate, folks. That was a quick handoff to Matthew Huff across the middle there as he was able to just keep the Jets on and break a few tackles and set up another first down here for Jessieville. As you see us, these Jessieville lines offensive unit really moving the ball quickly here, trying to get into scoring position. I think there was a penalty on that play. That's going to be a personal foul on the defense, so that's just going to tack on to the long run there for Jessieville as they're going to be setting us up inside the 10-yard line, and Hare is just waiting for the ball to be snapped. Takes a snap. He's going to hand it off again to number 3, touchdown, Jessieville. Matthew Huff on the carry. And that was just a direct handoff to Huff as he was able to take it up between the guard and tackles and get into the end zone for a Jessieville touchdown as we are ready to tie this ball game up. Allison Quinones on for the extra point. Quinones, good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it is good. And we've got a tie ball game here with 10:21 left to play in the first quarter. We'll go over real quick the coaching staff for Perryville as we wait for the kicking teams to get out on the field. Your head coach is going to be Chris Norton. The assistant coaches are going to be John Wilson, along with Paul Gottsponser, father of the kicker there for Perryville. Scott Irwin, Taylor Collum, and Dalton Everett are the rest of your offensive, your assistant coaches there for Perryville. As you see this Jessieville kicking team coming out now. Coming out onto the field, and Quinones getting ready to kick off here. Jessieville did a very good job of getting the good field position by Davis, setting us up at about midfield, and did a very good job, Hare, with a good reception to Benson, and, did a very good job of really just playing quick. We were, as soon as that ref was putting the ball on the ground, we were snapping it. Quinones is going to go for a little onside kick here, but there's going to be a flag come in, and I believe that's going to be on the kicking team there. And Jessieville, what a call by T.J. Burke as he went for a little attempt to catch Perryville offsides and maybe try to get this ball back. So that's going to back Jessieville up about 10 yards there. Talking about this Jessieville offense, these past couple years under the new head coach, T.J. Burke, as he's taken the reins over after Coach Don Phillips retired, they have been a very much of a pass-first offense as they are now running the spread. That ball is going to be tipped and finally picked back up and brought out. There's a big block and a big block to break him past the 30. But as I was saying, this is very much of a pass-first offense. They finally found their quarterback as number 14, Carson Hare, has stepped in and gone to a few QB camps. Some of these receivers have gone to a few receiver camps over the summer, trying to go to some of these colleges and get a little bit of experience with some of these bigger guys, these stronger guys, and really trying to find some competition. And you see them here in 3A football being able to, take the snap and throw it downfield very, very well. And it has worked very well for the Jessieville Lions this year as they are undefeated still coming into this game. You see the direct snap and the keep by quarterback number 13, Reed Stanridge there. And that is going to be your quarterback for the night, number 13, Reed Stanridge, as that is his second direct snap and his keep on the night. And you saw it work for a new set of downs the first attempt, and it sets him up for a new set of downs here, as he just uses his size, as he is definitely the biggest guy on that offensive unit for Perryville. And again, the direct snap. And he's going to just use his size and just drag a few guys for a gain of about 5. And if I'm coaching for Perryville and I'm rushing the ball for 5 yards a carry, I'm happy all night long. Yeah, Jordan, this quarterback for Perryville, he's definitely got his size and has the opportunity and the ability to throw there, as you see him take a shot over the middle there.
I agree with you. I mean, if they're getting 5 yards every play that he's touching that ball, keep on doing it.
That was an attempt there to number 7, Mason Rowland, as that was a jump ball as he was well defended. But this quarterback for Perryville, you know, he's definitely got it all. He's got the ability to throw. He's got the size to run. As you see him sling it out there, and that's going to be a drop there for Perryville. That's going to be Tipton on the drop as they just tried to swing it out to the hash, and he was unable to catch it.
Yeah, he was sitting there wide open in the flats. If he would have caught that and made a man miss, he would have had about 10, 15 yards, especially enough for the first down.
As that is going to set them up with 4th and 6. And that is, you know, Jordan, going off what you're saying right there, that is a ball that you have got to catch. You know, 3rd down, if he catches that ball and reels it in, you know, he's able to turn that ball upfield and make that into possibly a big gain for sure, a new set of downs. That ball is going to be punted and kicked to the sidelines. I thought we were going to let it bounce out, but a quick recovery by B.J. Holloway as he tried to make a few guys miss and was able to bring it up the field for a gain of about 3 or 4 there. So Jessieville doing a very good job defensively this time around as they were able to hold the Perryville Mustangs to push them to 3 and out. Did a very, very good job of, you know, caught a few lucky breaks, had good coverage on a jump ball, and had a few receivers drop a few balls. But right now you don't really need to think about that. You just need to think about what you're going to do next on offense. Hare waits the snap, takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself, gets stumbled up, tries to cut it back up, but stays outside. Finally gets upfield for a gain of about 2, maybe 3. He's going to be brought down. And Jordan, we saw that a couple times last week. You'll see him take a direct snap and throw it downfield for, you know, 30 or 40, and then you'll see him take a direct snap and, you know, keep it and rush it for, you know, 10 or 15. He had a couple touchdowns on the ground last week also. So, you know, you've got 2 quarterbacks that are truly battling it out here. As you see him again with the direct snap and the keep, as he's just dragging and barreling his way forward for a gain of about 4 more, as that's going to set him up with about third and 1, maybe 3rd and 2. You got some ball players, Jordan. If you're Coach C.J. Burke, you're impressed with the way that these guys have played so far this year. Is you've got some ball players on every side of the ball. I mean, you've got your offensive receivers. You got 2 or 3 guys that can go downfield and catch it, and you've got a quarterback that can throw it.
Especially with how young they are. You know, they haven't had a whole lot of experience, but doing this is definitely going to help them out in the next couple of years. But the way it's looking tonight with this fast tempo, they're doing pretty good, I'd say. Yep,
as that's a new set of downs there off of the rush. And Hare, you look at him trying to throw it across the middle, and that just bounces out of the hands as that ball was a little low. His intended receiver is number 4, Joey Benson there.
It's a little bit too low of a pass, about 8 yards.
Yeah, and Benson, he had to reach behind them a little bit, was going down, trying to slide and catch the ball at the same time, just unable to bring that one in. But, you know, good attempt on a first down. That's going to set us up 2nd and 10, 7:46 left to play here in the first quarter. Hare with the snap. He's looking for a hole for the direct keep and is going to be just running to a wall, and that's going to be a gain of maybe 1. So one thing, if I'm Coach Burke, you know, you got to realize when is a time to, you know, run your quarterback and when is a time to let him throw. You know, one thing about it is you don't have a lot of depth, you know, but you want to keep this guy healthy, but you want to use all of his talents. If he's able to run the ball, you want to let him run it, but you also don't want to be a quarterback short for the rest of your season. So, you know, you got to be smart. And that ball comes out by Charlie Davis as that was a reception. He caught that ball and tried to make a few guys miss, and they got a hand on it. And I think Perryville came away with that one. And they did, as that's going to be a turnover for Jessieville. And Perryville's going to take it right at about we'll say the 36-yard line. Looks like we've got a player down here.
It looked like he was running up the sideline, maybe knocked the ball out of his hands with his own knee, and then collided with that Perryville player.
Yeah, I think that was the receiver on the play, Charlie Davis, that's down here on the field. As we've got the training staff attending to him. But he looks to be getting up, and Looks like he's going to be able to shake it off as he probably just took a hit there as a couple guys were trying to recover that football. He's right there in the middle of it all, so, you know, you're going to get banged up. But good to see him get up and come off the field on his own power. Very unfortunate chain of events there for Jessieville is, you know, we're able to stop them on defense, and looks like we have a decent little drive going here and to take the lead in the ball game. And right there, as we have the reception, we fumble it. So, you know, right now, if you're on defense, you really want to try and make a statement, have a big stop here.
Yeah, and you know, in the first couple minutes of the game, I thought it was going to be an offensive game as both teams scored with just using a little bit over a minute of the clock, but now it's defensive.
Yep, that is 100%, and that's you see right there is that's Standridge right there taking another shot down the field, and they're going to call pass interference on Jessieville as we just ran into the receiver and held him back, made him miss about a step or two, as that could have been a possibly catchable ball if not. But, you know, if I'm a Jessieville line, I'll take a 15-yard penalty over a touchdown all day long. So Jessieville having one of the best seasons they've had here in a while. Again, as we were talking about it, you know, they've definitely taken a dramatic turn as far as the way that they've run their offense. Jessieville is known to be a wing tee, run it between the guards and tackles offense. And, you know, it's had success in the past, but as times are changing, you know, football is sped up. And now that we're running the spread, you can see that it is definitely worked out for us. And that was just been a patient game as the ball's on the ground there, and that's going to be a near recovery by Jessieville. And we almost had that ball, but it popped out, and they were able to recover it. That's number 50 there for Perryville, Hunter Johnson, that fell on that ball.
That looked like one of the Jessieville guards almost recovered it, and then I guess he just lost it.
Yeah, that ball popped out. He wasn't able to get two hands on it, but that was almost a very lucky break for Jessieville, as that was just not a good snap there for Perryville. It never even made it to the quarterback. Perryville with the snap as he looks downfield, takes a shot down the field, and it's going to be incomplete. We've got a flag down on the play.
I think that's going to be holding on the offense.
Yeah, more than likely knowing where that penalty marker is at, that is probably going to be a holding call. You see Coach Burke jogging out on the field. He wants an explanation here. That is going to be on the Perryville Mustangs. So Jessieville, we're not able to recover the football, but we're able to, you know, create a penalty, or we'll take the penalty. As right there, you know, Standridge, he was, again, taking a shot downfield. He had a receiver but was well covered in the end zone. And fortunately, we were able to keep away from the pass interference on that drive and, you know, able to prevent a touchdown. And a quick little play there for Perryville is a quick snap to Standridge. You saw him fake the little swing pass and then tried to get upfield, tried to throw it upfield right into the hash, but was under a lot of pressure by two of those Jessieville defensive linemen as he was hit as he was throwing, and that ball was just out of reach there. So if you're Perryville, you know you're probably going to the air here. It's 3rd and 38, so you've got a long way for a first down, but as I say that, they're going to direct snap it and keep it to this quarterback and try to use his size and ability, and he's going to barrel forward for a gain of about 10 on the play. But that's just not going to be enough, as that's going to set him up with still 4th and long here as the clock rolls with 5:52 left to play in your opening quarter. So Perryville is going to punt here. They're going to try and pin us deep. As you've got Standridge on for the punt. He takes the snap, gets it off, is under pressure. They may have got a little bit of that, as that ball is going to bounce inside and roll right to about the 9-yard line before Perryville drops it dead.
Yeah, number 4, Joey Benson, definitely got a piece of that one.
good attempt there by Benson. As if he's got one more, if he's a step earlier there, you know, we're probably taking possession of that football at about the 50, the 45-yard line. But now, as your Hare and company, you've got a little bit of work to do, as you've got the length of the football field to drive before you can take the lead of this ball game. You got number 13 at Davis and Daly lined out wide as they're going to take the handoff. That's going to be the number 3, dragging bodies as he's still moving forward as he drags a few, make that 3 Perryville Mustangs for about a 5-yard, a 10-yard gain, but about 5 more after the initial hit.
Not only that, he had his own men behind him pushing just to get those few extra yards.
Yeah,
Definitely count.
that was definitely that was a strong run by this Jessieville offense here on first down.
Definitely got him out of trouble being within the 10-yard line.
Landon Daly lined out at the bottom of your screen. Davis in the slot. Hare takes the snap. He's going to hand it off yet again, and he's going to be met. I believe that was number 3, Matthew Huff, on the handoff. He got met right out about the line of scrimmage, as that's probably going to set us up with 2nd and 10. And this game definitely has been a game of defenses here. As you mentioned earlier, you know, these guys, they came out quick, and we saw, you know, both teams score very, very early within the first, 2 minutes?
2 minutes.
And now you've seen all offensive plays pretty much came dead still, as it's been a battle of defenses of turnover for turnover. Handoff again there, number 3, Matthew Huff, as he barrels forward for a gain of about 2 on that play. It's going to set us up with about third down. Hare in the backfield. Huff alongside. Hare takes a quick look at the sidelines. Tries to check out of it, it looks like. Man in motion. Davis in motion. He's going to take the snap. Looks to throw, but he's going to keep it and barrel. Try to keep it and get forward a few yards, but he's going to get back to maybe the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 2 or 3 is, you know, he had a man in motion, had Davis in motion. He motioned out to the flats and possibly had a guy open, but he just would not take the shot, wouldn't pull the trigger, and, you know, it's going to be a punting situation for Jessieville.
Yeah, it looked like he had Joey Benson on the flag route wide open, but I don't think he could see him from where he was.
Yeah, he was under a lot of pressure, and that sideline was coming quick as he was trying to, you know, roll out to that side, and he just didn't have much room to work. Jessieville here on the field to punt. Low snap as he's going to pick it up and get the ball off. And that ball is going to bounce out of bounds right out about the 45-yard line. And you are going to see this Jessieville defense see if they can come and hold them one more time. So obviously Perryville, they have came to play tonight. They've got the talent. They've got a guy in the backfield who is big enough to, you know, run it down the middle and have a few guys. It's going to take a few guys to bring him down, and he's definitely got the arm to drop back, set up, and throw it down the field. You know, just which one you're going to get is a toss-up. So if you're this Jessieville defense, you got to keep your head on a swivel, as you're going to see this direct keep by that quarterback, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield. Huge loss there, as that's going to be a loss of about 5 on the play, and I think that was the number 7 of Dexton Hilton for Jessieville on the stop. And Standridge, he took that snap and tried to do a direct keep and kind of roll it out, and as soon as he took that snap and took those first couple steps, Hilton was busted through the line of scrimmage with a clean tackle.
Yeah, that was great awareness by the Jessieville line defender to recognize the play and make the tackle.
2nd and 16 for Perryville. They look to pass here. Steps up under pressure. They get a hand on him. Flag out on the field. Ball comes out, but I think they fell on it. Not sure what this flag is here, as he was under a lot of pressure.
On the far side of the field, and it dealt with the receiver, so he may be getting a holding call here.
Yeah, he took that snap and tried to look to pass, and he stepped up. And when he stepped up, one of those Jessieville defenders got a hand on him. He was able to break out of that and just had really nowhere to go. Couldn't hang on to the ball and dropped it. But luckily, one of those, luckily for Perryville at least, one of those offensive guys fell on it.
Both of the defensive ends for Jessieville were able to beat their man and create that pocket pressure, and he definitely felt it on that one.
And I think that is going to be a charge timeout for Perryville there, as they're going to come to the sidelines and talk it over as they're set up with a long situation here yet again as they face 3rd and 22 next time they come to the ball.
This time it makes you wonder if they're going to go to the air, if they're going to try and run it again. So for Jessieville, you got to be careful and not cheat on that run.
Yeah, last series that they had the ball, they were facing a third and longer. I think it was like a 3rd and 28 possibly. And right as I was saying, if you're this Jessieville defense, you're looking to pass. You're looking for the pass. And as soon as I say that, you see them do the direct quarterback keep. And he was able to, bust it forward for a gain of about probably 10, but just not enough for him. So this defensive unit for Jessieville comes back out onto the field. Going to see what Perryville does here. I mean, I would think that they're probably going to go to the air here, and they do. Here's what he drops back, looks, has a receiver down the field's got a man, and it's going to be caught on the sidelines for Perryville, and that ball is going to be caught right at about the 15-yard line. What a pass there for Perryville.
At one time, he had 3 defenders following him, but he looked like he had a little bit more gas and was able to get away and find a position to catch that ball over the shoulder with just barely getting his feet in.
Yeah, that ball was definitely put right where it needed to be, where only his receiver had a shot at it, as it was, like you said, caught right over the shoulder and right on the sidelines for a gain of about, looks like 40. They're going to do a handoff here, and he's going to stumble forward for a gain of about 5 on the play, as they're going to be down right at about the 10-yard line.
Somehow he was able to stay on his feet, getting beat around out there by a bunch of defenders until they could finally take him down.
One thing I can say about the run game for both of these teams is they are not going down easy here tonight. You've seen almost every single handoff or every single, run on the ground. These guys have been dragging bodies all night long, as you see the number 13 of Stanridge try to do the same thing here yet again, but he's going to be brought down in the backfield for a loss on the play, it looks like.
It looked like that was actually supposed to be a pass play, and the Lions were able to create that pressure again, and he was just trying to make something happen but couldn't find a hole.
Yeah, and for this guy, again, like I was saying earlier, he's probably the biggest guy on that offensive unit there for Perryville, but for a large guy like himself, he has the ability to move around. You've seen him run the football, and you see him there, ducking and dodging, making a few guys miss before he's finally brought down. Ball on the ground. And there's going to be a false start there for Perryville as they just get going a little bit too soon.
Just talking about the quarterback, they sure are using him a lot, so it makes you kind of think, should they kind of save him for the second half, or should they keep using him, with the score being so close?
Yeah, you've got a couple other guys out there that can make some plays happen. The number 6 of Tipton, I mean, he's definitely a ball player. You want to try to get it into his hands a little bit and try to take a little bit of pressure off of your quarterback, as that's the second snap in a row that ball's been on the ground. And he's under pressure again, just throws it off his back foot. Ball's in the end zone, and good pressure there. Good defense. Good job by the defender there. Number 12, it looked like, of Landon Daly.
Yeah, that was definitely a good play by him, because that could have easily been a defensive pass interference call, but he made the smart decision to just batted it down to make it a 4th and 12.
Yep, but you see Perryville going to come onto the field here for the field goal. And this is going to be the big guy here for Perryville.
25-yard field goal.
It's good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and I think
Just short.
yeah, that just is short. And that's going to be an empty possession there and a win for this Jessieville defense. As again, battle of the defenses.
Great kick. Just needed about 2 or 3 more feet on it. Definitely
Yep,
looking good.
I thought that one was in, honestly. But going back to this offensive possession here for Perryville, one thing that I've seen that may come into play later, may come into play, sooner than later, is that ball's been on the ground quite a few times here tonight, and I don't think it's rained any. That center, he's had 2 or 3 low snaps that have, they've been on the ground before they even got to the quarterback. So, one thing about it is that center, he needs to be able to get that ball up and off the ground to give your offense even a shot at a play. But a good physical run there by Hare on the direct quarterback keep as he's able to barrel forward for a gain of about 7 there.
One of the things I've noticed about both teams so far after their first possession is neither one of them, have been able to finish. So just trying to figure out how to finish that drive is definitely going to contribute to the overall outcome of this game.
Yeah, Perryville, they've had a few penalties, definitely pushed them back a little bit as they've had to fight their way out of it. But you're exactly right. Both of these offensives have came to have stalled out. They look like they're having a good drive going, and then right whenever they need to finish, they just kind of stall out. And that's one thing that if you're going to be a leader on this football team, this is the perfect time to see who they are, who's going to stand out and make a play, and put some points on the board to stretch this game out. As we are going to be, coming into the second quarter here. Tight first quarter as the game's tied up, 7-7. Jessieville, one thing that you've got to do, you got to hang on to the football. You've seen us put the ball on the ground once, and that's definitely going to hurt us. We can't give these guys an opportunity to turn turnovers into points. But, just impressive job on both sides of the football here, especially defensively for Jessieville, as they've been able to hold this Perryville Mustang offense about, 3 different series now to 0 points. So that's definitely a big win there for Jessieville. Now the offense just got to help them out. As Jessieville swaps ends of the field now, they're going to come out facing a 2nd and 4. The ball right at about the 26-yard line. Hare is in the backfield alongside number 3 of Matthew Huff. He's got the number 5 of B.J. Holloway lined out at the bottom of your screen. Davis in the slot, that's Benson in the slot. Benson with the reception, tries to cut up field on the bubble screen, and he's going to drag a few guys forward for a first down, as that was a gain of about 10 on the play. And, good snap, good pass, and good catch there for Jessieville as, Hare, he took the direct snap, just turned, swung it out to the bubble screen to Benson, and he was able to, turn the Jets on, turn upfield, make a few guys miss. You see the QB keep there again by your quarterback, Hare, and they just Burt keeps trying that play, trying to find a gap there for his quarterback. One thing we haven't seen Jessieville do tonight, that much at least, is throw the ball compared to how they have been so far this season. They've tried to keep the ball on the ground, and I think that was maybe a good job. As you see him throw there, right here on the play as they swing it out to Davis. Davis catches the sidelines, turns it up, and gains about 10 on the play. Is that may be good enough, depending on where the spot's at, for a first down?
Both times I tried that play, they've gotten at least 5 yards.
Yeah, that's a good little swing out there for this Jessieville offense. As he just takes a snap and has a guy, coming trying to turn upfield, and he catches the ball right as he's turning up the sidelines and is hopefully able to stay in bounds and make a few guys miss and hopefully march down the sidelines for a touchdown. But you see us setting up right about the 40-yard line. Again, Hare on the direct keep as he's going to trip and fall forward for a gain of about 5 on the play. And I think that's going to set us up finally for a new set of downs as Hare carries it for a first down.
Yeah, he was just following his blockers until he got tripped up. That's a good job by Hare being aware of where he needed to be and where the marker was.
Yeah, and as we were saying, last week they had a very good passing game. So, they're doing a good job of, where Perryville's probably expecting them to throw the ball here tonight. They've done a good job of mixing a lot of runs here into this offense to kind of hopefully catch this Perryville defense off guard. Hare with the snap, looks to throw, swings it out with the reception, and he's going to catch it and get stuck right at the line of scrimmage as that's the number 13 of Charlie Davis on the reception. As they tried to do that little swing out here yet again, but that time Perryville, they read that all the way through. Jessieville coming out with second down, 2nd and 12 on the play. And looks like we lost some yards on that previous play. And here we go with the rollout. Hare looking to throw, goes deep, overthrows him, has a man, but overthrows Benson and was nearly intercepted by the number 5 of Tate Jones as it went in and out of his hands. That was a risky throw. And I think he had a man open underneath there, it looked like, but he didn't see it. He tried to go for the deep ball and just was a little too tall there for Benson. And lucky break for Jessieville as that ball was almost picked off and going the other way.
Yeah, no, like we were saying earlier, that's where that experience comes in. He's had quite a bit of experience playing in high school so far, but you're hoping next year or the year after, he'll be able to hit that spot just about every time. Yep,
that is definitely for sure. Here he is facing 3rd and 12 here as he looks to throw. Had a man wide open as you see Benson jumping up and down, trying to make a move here. And Holloway with the reception, and he was able to make a few guys miss on the sidelines, and that was good enough for a Jessieville first down and a whole lot more as you see him with the reception able to bring this ball down inside the 30-yard line for Jessieville. Great job there on the reception.
Talk about experience. Hare had his awareness there, and he saw he was getting rushed. He was able to make a play, get rid of it, and found Huff, and Huff made a move and gained quite a few yards there. So now they're looking at being in the red zone here. Yeah,
here they are. Ball set up on the 18-yard line. Again, direct snap to Hare. Hare really trying to, what are we doing here? And that was a good heads-up play by Hare as he took the direct snap and tried to keep it, ran into a wall. You saw him take a big step back and tried to run backwards a little bit and then just decided to throw it out of bounds. I'm surprised there wasn't a penalty marker on that play for.
Well, I never think he didn't cross the the line of scrimmage. So like you were saying, that was a good play by Hare, being able to throw it away and not take a loss or have anything else happen.
Yeah, very heads-up play there. 2nd and 10 here for Jessieville's. Hand off to Holloway, and he's going to be wrapped up and swung down for about a 2-yard loss on the play. Or excuse me, Huff. That's number 3 of Matthew Huff on the play. Jordan, I did it all last week. I was calling number 3 Matthew Huff. I was calling him B.J. Holloway all night. So hopefully they didn't hear any of the recordings from last week, or they're probably shaking their heads at me, still doing it here a week later. Maybe by next week we'll get it. Maybe by next week I'll get it down. 9:02 here in the first half left to play.
Sounds like we may need some experience.
Yeah, and we're looking at a piece of paper here. That's going to be a timeout there for Jessieville as, they didn't like what they were looking at as they went to the line on 3rd and 13. Hare, he's shaking his head over there in the huddle as he probably wanted to snap that ball there.
Well, you're wondering that, or maybe if they had some miscommunication, not
Yep.
sure what play to run, but also this gives them an advantage to, draw something up. Maybe they got something up their sleeve to pull here on this 3rd and see if they can get that first down.
Yeah.
Like we were saying earlier, you got to finish.
Yep, right here is definitely the spot of the field. You know, you're right there. You're on the 21. We lost a couple yards, but we were inside the 20-yard line. So right now is when you want to really make a play. You want to be able to finish here, make a reception, pick up this first down, set us up with the first and goal situation, and maybe take the lead here before halftime. And, you know, right now, if you take the lead here and your defense does a good job, you've got the clock working with you, and we get the ball after half. So you have an opportunity of doing a good job here on offense, defense coming out doing what they do, and then maybe coming out after half and making it a two-possession ball game.
Well, and if you score pretty quick, you might even have a chance for another possession before halftime.
Yep, your defense is definitely going to have to do their job there. But here we are on on offense still, and Hare under pressure makes a guy miss in the backfield, still looking to throw. He's going to keep it himself and stumble forward. He's going to get past the line of scrimmage and gain probably about 5 on the play.
He was definitely able to make a play there, get away, and he had some time to throw, but nobody was open, so he had to try and make something up and gained about 4 yards.
Yeah, real heads-up play there for Jessieville to not get sacked in the backfield there. As you saw him under a lot of pressure and kind of reverse out and make a guy miss. And, you know, fortunate there he was able to make a little bit of nothing into a little bit of something here.
Looks like they're going to go for it, too.
Yep. Here we go. Hare in the backfield. Huff lined alongside. Looks to throw with the catch and the reception. That's going to be Benson there on the reception over the middle. And that's going to be just good enough, I think, to move these chains. They may bring them out here. And there's the signal. That's going to be a Jessieville first down. Great job, good snap, and a good quick throw there over the middle to your tight end, Joey Benson. And a good reception there as he caught that one over the top of his head and, you know, able to pick up a first down. So here you are, first and goal, ball on the 4-yard line. Hare with the direct snap, trying to touchdown.
Direct snap to Joey Benson.
Yeah, excuse me, that is a little wildcat formation there, a little wildcat look as they took the direct snap to Benson, and he was able to bust it forward, make a few guys miss.
You know, I've seen them do that in the previous games this season, but that's the first time they did that tonight, and obviously it worked.
Yep, that is, definitely. And that was on the direct snap. That looked to be the easiest direct snap that they've had so far tonight as he almost walked that ball in.
It might have been one of those tricks they had up their sleeves from earlier.
So here you see Quinones on for the extra point here. Jessieville on top. Good snap. And not sure what happened there. And I think that they blocked that kick.
Looked like he kicked a line drive right into one of the defenders, hit him right between the chest.
Yeah, and I was as the snap of that ball, I was waiting on the flag because it looked like there was a little bit of an early jump there on the defense for Perryville, but, you know, no signal, no call, but a good block there for Perryville as they hold us on the extra point. But Jessieville still with the lead here, 13-7. 7:34 left to play in your opening half.
Jessieville's definitely going to have to step up the defense here just to, save that lead. Just in case Perryville does score, they have a chance to take the lead from them.
Yeah, you know, that extra point being blocked, who knows how big of an impact that may make later on in the ball game. Quinones on for the kickoff here. Has back deep to return for Perryville. Looks to be the number, I think that's the number 22 of Michael McGrew, along with the number 12 of Shane Hester, are the returners for Perryville. Hester's going to return it, goes right through his hands. He's going to pick it up off the turf. He's going to try and bring it out, but gets tackled right out about the 30-yard line. And that's going to be the number 7 of Dexton Hilton on the tackle.
He definitely got lucky that ball rolled right back into his hands. They could have turned up to be a turnover.
Yeah, that ball, it hit him right in his chest. He tried to catch that in his arms, and it hit him right in his chest, went right through his arms. And, you know, he was able to, like you said, pick that ball up quickly and, you know, gain a few yards. But a good job there on our kickoff team to wrap them up quick. So this Perryville offense comes back to the field. They have not been able to score again since their opening possession. They've got a man in motion, fakes the little screen pass, but he's going to be sacked in the backfield by Jessieville, and that's going to be a loss of about 7 on the play. And I think that was the number 22, Gabe Graves, on the sack there from the linebacker position as he took the snap. The Perryville offense, he took the snap, faked a little screen pass, and was wrapped up and brought down. And that was a great heads-up play by this Jessieville defense. That's exactly what you want to do on first down. Big statement there is Perryville now faced with 2nd and 16 on the play. As I mentioned at the beginning of the game, tonight is Jessieville's homecoming, as I'd like to congratulate our homecoming king and queen. Joey Benson, one of the Jessieville Lions here tonight, as he is our homecoming king, and Taryn Anderson is Jessieville's homecoming queen here tonight. I'd like to congratulate those guys. Handoff up the middle for Perryville. And they're going to, that whole Jessieville defense is going to bring him down for a gain of about 3, maybe 4 on the play.
The whole pile was moving forward until 3 or 4 of the defenders got over there to, make it go sideways.
Yep, that was tipped in there on the carry for Perryville, as this clock is rolling here. 6:38 left to play in this opening half. Jessieville on top, 13-7. Ball on the 29-yard line, 3rd and 13 for Perryville. Is this a big play defensively for Jessieville?
I think you're looking in the air here again.
Man in motion. And you're right, as he's going to look to throw, throws it short. He's able to bring the reception. He's got a man in the middle and is going to be finally tripped up there by Benson.
That was a great play by number 6, Tippin, because he barely caught that ball, just a fingertip catch. And, that was a big 3rd down and 13 with 6 minutes to go in the second quarter, and he was able to get that first down. So it's going to move these Perryville players into position to score, just being over midfield. They haven't crossed midfield lately.
Yeah, you saw Tipton there. He dropped a low one on 3rd down in the first quarter, and then there you see him actually able to bring it in this time for a big 3rd down conversion. Direct snap to the quarterback as he's able to barrel forward and gets past that line of scrimmage untouched. He's nearly in the secondary before he finally gets met by a couple of these Jessieville linemen.
They keep running that option, so, he could hand it off, he could pass it, and he's just picking and pulling and seeing what he wants to do depending on where the defense is.
Yeah, definitely he's got his head on tonight. He knows what he wants to do. He's definitely playing confident football out there. He is the leader of that offense here tonight. So they're definitely a balanced offense. You see them swinging the ball out for a first down on 3rd down, and then you see them direct snapping it to their quarterback and rushing for a gain of 5. Another man in motion. Looked like a little speed sweep there, but it's going to be a direct snap to the quarterback again. Standridge on the carry. And he's going to get to right to about the sticks, as this may be good enough, and I think it is, as they're going to set him up with first down, 1st and 10 Perryville, as this offense seems to be clicking the best that they have.
One of the things that he's really doing well, if you notice, is he's staying right behind his blockers until he can't go anywhere anymore, and then he's just pushing the pile for that, 2 extra yards at the end.
Yeah, that's where he's using that size. He's just able to, drag these guys. As he does a quick handoff to Tipton. You see a late penalty marker come in.
Looks like we also may have a Jessieville line down. I don't know if he's back up now. He's still in the game.
So here you are, Perryville, facing a 1st and 10. Not sure what the penalty is, but that's going to be on Perryville. As that's probably going to be a holding call if I were to guess. And that's going to be a 10-yard penalty for Perryville to set them up with 1st and 20. And, you know, I've mentioned it a couple times here tonight, but penalties, if you're Perryville, they have been, you know, they've been shots at your knees every single time, and they're coming in at the worst times because it seems like the 2 positive plays that they just had just got taken away from them by a penalty. You see him try to do a handoff again to Tipton. Tipton able to rush forward for a gain of about 5, maybe 6 on the play. Clock is still rolling.
They just keep using the middle of the field. They're able to get yardage.
Yeah, they're definitely going to try and probably use every bit of this 4 minutes that they've got left to try and get in the end zone. And, you know, maybe if they can use all this time and get into the end zone, kick that extra point and make it, you're going into halftime with the lead. Snap, looks to throw, under pressure, gets out of it, sets up, throws it across the middle, in and out of the hands of Perryville defender, or excuse me, of a Perryville receiver. I think that's going to be the number, not sure on who the receiver was on that play, number 12. I think that's number 12 is Shane Hester there for Perryville. Is, you know, you saw Standridge roll out, get under a little bit of pressure. He's able to make a guy miss, set up, and throw a good ball, but just right through the hands of Hester.
It's definitely a catchable ball. He just wasn't able to get it in his hands. Like slipped right off of his gloves. And Jessieville played that very well.
Yeah, and that's the second time that I believe Hester, you know, he plays both sides of the ball. He plays offense and defense, and he had the near interception earlier in the game, and it went right through his hands then also. So, you know, he's got to definitely step it up in the next half. Here you see again them trying to go to the side or trying to go to the air, but under a lot of pressure there by 3 Jessieville defenders, and he's going to be swung into the sidelines. And that's going to be Standridge sacked on the play, and he's going to be getting up slow, it looks like. But
Jessieville's been beating him around the end, and you know, he's found a way to get around it, but nothing has been made up for it.
Yeah, definitely. One thing that Jessieville has definitely done here tonight is put some pressure on the quarterback. But if you're going to have that pressure in the backfield, you've got to do a better job of maybe bringing them down in the backfield, because it looks like every time they've had an opportunity to make a few guys miss and possibly have a chance at least at turning the play into something.
Big 4th down right here before half.
Yeah, you see him going to the air. Big block there.
He's got a man,
and it's caught, and that's going to be a catch by Hester this time. Touchdown, Perryville. Yeesh. And right as we're saying that, you know, Hester's really got to step it up when it comes to catching. You see him catch one over the head of a Jessieville defender, trip up, stay on his feet, and put it in the end zone there for Perryville, as this is a tie ball game going into the extra point.
Well, being 4th and 17, you definitely want to play safe, and it looked like that Jessieville line may have tried to make a play instead of, you know, being conservative and keeping them from getting that 4th down, especially the touchdown.
Yeah, all you got to do right there is just put that ball on the ground. So if you're a Jessieville defender, that was a jump ball. You know, you had a shot at it. He had every bit of a shot at it, and you just got to get it one hand on that ball, put it on the ground, and your offense is coming on the field. Low snap, good hold, kick is up, and Perryville here is going to take the lead.
Well, one of the good things about the Lions right now is they got 2 minutes and 41 seconds to work with. They've seen them score in under a minute, so we know that they can do it. They just got to be firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, one thing, you know, definitely talking about how well they've been able to connect through the air. You know, you saw them. I was able to watch them last week, and, you know, you saw Hare and Davis hook up for, you know, 2 different, you know, series where the ball was tossed up and caught for, you know, 40, 50, even a 60-yard reception. So, you know, it was definitely a great game by them last week. So maybe you can see here with, you know, Hare's got 241 to work. Maybe he can do a little bit of something with his arm and march this Jessieville Lions offense down the field and put us in the end zone before half. Davis back deep to return, along with the number 5 of B.J. Holloway.
Now this return right here could be a serious advantage for Jessieville if they could get it up past the 30. They'd have good field advantage to start with.
Yeah, Holloway's going to bring it out, tries to catch a block, turns it upfield, and he is going to be swung down. He's going to be brought down about the 30-yard line as this Jessieville offense marches on to the field. And Burke's going to have probably going to want to have a quick word with his quarterback here, as you see Hare coming on late, as trying to get the final little word into what he'd expect from his quarterback on this last drive. Hopefully going into half. Got multiple receivers, 3 at the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, and just because you know you're down 1 point doesn't mean that you want to rush something and make something bad here happen. You don't need any turnovers right before halftime because you're going to get the ball right back in the third quarter.
Yep, right there. Good reception by Davis. Davis makes a few guys miss. Definitely enough for the first down, as he's going to gain about 15 on the play. You know, just what you're saying, you know, right there, you're not going to win it on that play, but you can definitely lose a ball game on that play. If you throw a bad ball, you can take all the wind out of your sails there and give it all of it to that Perryville offense, and that's one thing that you do not want to do. As you see Hare trying to go tempo here, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself, and again, just they try to keep pounding this quarterback keep here tonight, and you see it gain about 3 or 4, and then you see him run into a brick wall. So, you know, that's just abuse that your quarterback has taken all, you know, first half. And you got to ask yourself at some point, you know, is it necessary? You know, that's definitely allowing an opportunity to you know, spread this defense out possibly a little bit and maybe take a shot at downfield. Maybe that's Coach Burke's thinking behind all this. 2 receivers bottom of your screen, Davis in the slot. They're going to run it here. Gain of about 2 on the play. Maybe 1. This clock is rolling. 1:22 left to play. And if I'm to guess, they're probably going to start throwing this football here. As you got the clock working against you, you're not past midfield yet. Clock's still rolling. You know, you're probably going to see them start throwing this football here.
Well, it makes you wonder if they may even do a run play here just to run the timeout.
Yeah, that's a good point, you know. You see him drop back. He's looking to throw. He's got nobody. He's under pressure, tries to get out of the pocket. He's going to keep it up the sidelines, cuts back in, and makes a few guys miss. He's going to get nearly to the first down. He's going to get about 6, maybe 7 on the play. That's going to be a 4th down here for Jessieville. That's going to be a timeout charge by Jessieville. As you saw Hare, he looked to throw there, but just had nobody open, got out of the pocket, was under a lot of pressure, and waited until that very last second. Looked like he was going out of bounds, but, you know, decided to bounce it back inside, make a few guys miss, and get a few more yards. Jessieville had to blow a timeout there to stop this clock, as he wasn't able to get out of bounds, though. So as Jessieville facing 4th and 1, you got 40 seconds. If I'm Coach Burke, I'm handing this ball off, running it up the middle, picking up this first down, and I'm trying to get Hare back to the line of scrimmage with some tempo and trying to put a good ball on the sidelines to maybe get a reception, a quick first down, save a timeout, and get this ball out of bounds and stop the clock.
The other good thing about that, I mean, you got 1 timeout left, so you may be able to get 2 plays off and then use your timeout and create an opportunity to score.
Yeah, definitely, because if, you know, and one thing about it is you want to be able to save that timeout if you don't have an opportunity to get in the end zone so that you may have at least an opportunity to field goal. So one thing that these guys have got to do is, you know, they got to be aware on every aspect of the ball here in this last 40 seconds of the first half, because they definitely are going to want to take this lead going into the locker room. 2 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Davis in the slot. And again, the keep on with Hare. Hare finally finds a little bit of a gap, stays in bounds. Clock's going to roll. That's going to be good enough for this first down, so the clock's going to stop until the chains get set. Hare, you see him trying to get everybody to the line of scrimmage. He wants to play. So as the chains are officially set, there's a signal from the ref. Clock's rolling. Ball snapped. Hare, high snap across the middle and right into the stomach of Benson and dropped. Only four.
Missed opportunity there for 10 yards.
Yep.
They could have got down to the 30.
Yeah, the only good thing about that play is it stopped the clock. Jessieville here, 2nd and 10, 22 seconds left to play in the first half. Hare takes a snap, looks over the middle. He's under some pressure, and he's going to be swung down in the backfield for a sack on the play. And Jessieville is going to call a quick timeout, and they're going to stop the clock right at about 15 seconds.
Yeah, and he got slung down hard there. It looked like it landed on one of his knees, so he's getting up slow.
Yeah, he is getting up slow. He's got a little bit of a limp to him, but I think they're going to keep him in this ball game as
he definitely wants to fight through that toughness for his team right here.
yeah, and you're going to have him for about, maybe one, maybe two more plays here before half. So you definitely want your playmakers in the ball game. One thing that you're probably thinking right now that you're going to want to do, you wasted your last time out. So right now if you want any shot at points, you've either got to play for it all or you got to use that sideline. So right now if I'm Coach Burke and I'm thinking any bit of conservative, I'm trying to, gain about 10 or 15, get into field goal range and get a guy out of bounds so that, we've got a stop clock going to maybe in for a field goal, take this lead. But one thing you definitely don't want to do is have an opportunity here and come away with no points. So I'd be thinking more of conservative and just trying to go into half with the lead rather than trying to get it all here and possibly turn the ball over. Ball on the 45-yard line, 3rd and 17 here for Jessieville. 15 seconds left to play in your first half. Hare in the backfield. Benson in the slot. Hare looks to throw. Still with the ball. Decides he's going to keep it. Tries to cut up field. Runs into a Perryville defender. And clock. That's number 71 there for Perryville. I think that's Gage Hessel on the tackle. Clock is rolling. 6 seconds on the play. Clock is rolling. 3, 2, 1. And here we go. They were trying to get the ball down and get the ball snapped, but we're going into half. Perryville on top of Jessieville. Jessieville 13, Perryville 14. right, guys, as we are back here after halftime here at homecoming at Phillips Field & Lions Stadium, Jessieville here down at the start of the second half, down 1, 13-14. That's going to be off of a missed extra point, or a blocked extra point, should I say. And Jessieville, you know, hasn't been in this situation yet this year. They've been very successful, and here you see Perryville doing a very good job coming out and holding them. But as these guys are trying to get warm, trying to get stretched out here. We still got a little bit of time left here in halftime, as we'll kind of go over some things with the first half. You know, it was a battle of the defenses. You know, they started the ball game off. We thought it was going to be a very high-scoring ball game, as you know, both teams came out and scored within the first 2 minutes of the ball game, and then once Jessieville was able to put some points on the board, it really became a defensive ball game. As you know, we were able to force Perryville to punt the ball a couple times, and we had a few turnovers, and that hurt us. And so now we're just trying to kind of go out and regroup, reestablish, and probably if I was in that locker room, I would just, you know, I'm probably telling these guys, hey, be patient, you know, settle down, go through your sets and do what you do. Go out there and focus on doing your job, and you know, this isn't just any other team. You know, if you do your job and you do what you're supposed to do, then, you know, I'm sure you'll come away with a win just like you have every game so far this year. But you got to do a very good job. This offensive line's got to do a little bit better of a job blocking up front. You know, if you're Harry, you've seen him drop back and throw, but you haven't really seen him step up and make those throws. You've seen him go backwards and try to roll out and get out of the pocket more than anything else. And that's one thing that you just can't have. He's not getting that blocking up front. You've seen him take those direct snaps and keeps a lot in the first half, and not really any major success out of it, just really gains of, 3 or 4 yards. So one thing that you got to, ask yourself at halftime is it worth, the abuse on my quarterback to keep running that play? So one thing that you got to do is you got to address everything and every aspect of the ball and realize what's working for you and what's not, and maybe come to this second half with a little bit better of a game plan. And Jordan, defensively, we've done a very good job defensively. We've had the fortunate break of a few penalties that were in our favor against this Perryville offense that put them in, some long situations, and we did a good job of holding them in those situations and forcing them to punt the football. But in order to keep up second half, you got to repeat that.
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, we had a few missed unfortunes happen, on that fourth down play that was a touchdown. I mean, you just got to calm down and execute, defensively like you're supposed to, and that could be, possibly the key to the game to stop that from happening. And, one of the things that these kids got to understand is it's only 13-14. It's still a ball game, and there's no reason for them to have their heads down, and they just got to come out and fire right back at them.
Yeah, definitely got to, your quarterback for Perryville, Reed Standridge, he's had a great game so far. He's been able to throw the ball and had a little bit of success in the air and had some success on the ground as he's used his size, kind of a, almost like a Tim Tebow type quarterback. You see him, take the ball and rush it up the middle, and then you'll see him the next play, throw it for 10 or 15. So we'll look to see what happens here as Jessieville returns the kick, looks for Holloway. Looks like he's going to return the football and makes a few guys miss, tries to cut back around the side of the field, finally cuts it up and is going to be brought down right inside about the 30-yard line, right outside about the 35. And I think that was the number 5 of B.J. Holloway on the carry or on the kick return there. As Hare and offense come out for the first possession here this second half to see what they can possibly get going. See if they can move this ball with a little bit more consistency down the field to retake this lead here at the start of this second half. 2 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Got B.J. Holloway, Davis in the slot. Hand off to the number 3. He's going to cut up field, makes a guy miss, throws a stiff arm, breaks out of that arm tackle, and is finally going to be tackled about the 45-yard line. That was the number 3 of Matthew Huff, as you've seen him run the ball very successfully so far in this football game, as you see him pick up about 15 on that play, and that's going to set us up with a good first down play to pick up the first down. Good ball carry there by Huff.
Yeah, that's definitely something you want coming right out of the half. You know, that's going to give them a little bit of motivation.
Yeah, definitely trying to move this football. Hopefully, we're trying to repeat that the same thing as on first down. Try to move these chains and put this ball in the end zone. Hare with a man in motion. Benson in motion, handoff to Holloway. Yet again, a still broken tackle. Man in the middle, open field. He's going to cross the 40 down to about the 45 or 35-yard line. We got a man down on the play for Jessieville. Not exactly sure who that is. That might be Benson that's down there.
Not real sure what happened there. It looked like he's just going up for a normal block on that run play. I don't know if maybe he got his hand caught or what it was.
Yeah, he was Benson, I believe. If that is the man down on the play, he was the man in motion before the snap. And, you know, like you said, it looked like he was just going in for a block and may have just got tangled up with a few guys as he's holding that arm. I saw him hold that. He looked to have go down kind of awkwardly earlier in the first half, and I thought I saw him grab that wrist. But, you know, here you see him actually coming off the field, you know, limping that arm a little bit. And we're going to see if we get a shot at maybe seeing him back in this football game.
Yeah, with his size, that's definitely someone you want to come back into this game if you're going to keep running the ball.
Yeah, he's been a target on a couple first down receptions as he's done a good job. It looks like they're working on that shoulder area there under the pads there on the sideline, so he may have a little bit of a shoulder issue. Hare with the direct snap and finally breaks it free and is able. Ball comes out and they force the ball out, but I think Jessieville is able to recover, and that was just a great job by Perryville there. As you know, Hare, he was trying to make a few guys miss and was trying to keep his feet moving, but they went straight for the football there and was able to yank it out of his hands. But good heads-up play by Jessieville, able to fall on it. And that's going to be, again, another first down for Jessieville. That's 3 in a row there. And, Jordan, that's the first time you've seen that quarterback keep from Hare actually connect and get a little bit of a hole and a little bit of a gap.
Yeah, if you notice on those last 3 plays, you know, they've actually made a hole all 3 times. So the offensive line is definitely opening it up for them people to run.
Here you go again, but this time they're going to stop in the backfield, and he's going to go down for a loss on the play. You know, right as we were saying, you know, the blocking up front's got to kind of improve. You see them, you know, like you said, make a hole 3 separate plays in a row and again, 3 first downs. But right there, you said that's a busted play for Jessieville as they were going for the quarterback keep yet again to Hare, and he was just gobbled up for a loss of about 3.
Yeah, and what you don't want to see is that defense start recognizing what they're doing again, and, you know, they close those gaps the first half. You definitely don't want to do it the second.
Hare trying to get a little bit of a change out. He's got a man in motion. Hare in the backfield. Holloway, high snap. He's going to take the direct snap. He's going to stumble forward, break a few tackles, and finally get brought down after about a 5-yard gain. That's going to set him up with about 3rd and 8 on the play.
Yeah, and here comes Benson back into the game. Maybe looking for that slant route across the middle again.
Yep, that's definitely a good point there is Benson. You know, he's definitely a go-to target, especially on 3rd down like this. He's got the size and he's got the ability. So, you know, like you said, I'd keep an eye on him. And it looks like a direct snap to Hare yet again, but they're going to bring him down right out about the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss on the play, as that's going to set us up with 4th down. Hare, as he's still on the field, he looks to be slow to get up now.
Yeah, he took that hard fall earlier, and you're wondering maybe if this contributed to the same injury or not.
Yep, and that just goes along with kind of what we've been talking about, you know, is that quarterback keep, is it worth it? You know, is it worth the abuse on your quarterback to keep, you know, grounding and pounding him and having him take those shots? Is it worth, you know, that abuse to your QB? You know, I think we've only really seen true success one time here tonight out of it, and it was, you know, a couple plays ago. But other than that, he's being stopped in the backfield or, being tackled by about 3 or 4 Perryville linemen for a gain of about 2 or 3. And if you ask me, that's just not worth it to maybe lose my starting quarterback. So here you see the number 11 for Jessieville. That's Luke Guessman here coming onto the field for the injured Lion. We're going to see what he can do, as hopefully he can come out and, hand the ball off and make these plays and come out here and lead this football down the field. As you also see the number 81, it looks like, as he jogs back out. Skylar Miller thought he was coming in on the play for a second, but got called back out.
Number 12, Landon Daly at quarterback.
Daly with the snap, looks to throw. He's got a man in the end zone, throws it up, jump ball to Davis, and it was just batted out of the hands. But that was a good ball for a backup quarterback. And that's going to be a turnover on downs there for Jessieville. As you saw the direct snap there to Landon, Landon looked in the end zone. He had 2 receivers in the back of the end zone. Davis, I think, was the intended, and it just had a little bit of contact on it and just unable to bring that ball in. Handoff here for Perryville. He's going to be met in the backfield for a loss of about 1, maybe 2, as he is gobbled up. I think that's the number 22 of Gabe Graves again on the tackle, and that's his second big tackle for loss.
Yeah, definitely an important possession for Jessieville to step up the defense here. The good thing about that turnover on downs is they're still inside their own 15-yard line.
Yeah, that's a good point, and we kind of hit on it a little bit in the first half about finishing drives, and it's been a feat for us so far in this ball game, and that's getting inside the 20-yard line and coming away with nothing. And that was another example of it right there. So this next series for Jessieville, you got to do something. But right now on defense, you're putting this Perryville offense into a third down situation. Right now, if I'm Coach Burke, I'm expecting this quarterback to throw the football. So, you're wanting to be smart and hold these guys to fourth down. They got 3 receivers at the bottom of the screen. Going to take the snap, looks to throw, under pressure with the sack, and that is Charlie Davis on the end. What a sack there as he came off of the backside and was unseen and untouched and able to come up with a huge sack, and that's a secondary player there. Good job by Davis, as they are putting this Perryville offense with a 4th and long, 4th and 16, as he's punting out of his own end zone. They're going to come with the block. Benson tried to get something there. As here we attempt the return, gain of a few, finally got a few blocks. Gain of about 10, maybe 15 on the return by B.J. Holloway. And that's a good job. So right there is your defense did a great job of holding them, pushing them to 3 and out. Your offense, you got to do a great job of coming out here and put some points on the board. Enough with these stall drives, enough with these, turnovers and these 3 and outs. You've got to put some points on the board.
Yeah, and Harris going back in at quarterback after that injury, so this will be an interesting drive right here.
Yeah, this is where you've got to find your playmakers. You're gonna find out who wants to be on this field and who doesn't. And you got to put the ball in the hands of the guys that are going to be able to make something happen. You see him hand it off to Holloway. Yet again, Holloway is going to stumble forward for a gain of about 8, maybe 9 on the play. And he's done a good job of running. Just as soon as he takes that handoff, those feet don't move. Those feet don't stop moving. And again, almost a first down there for Jessieville. And excuse me, that was Matthew Huff on the carry. Again to Huff. And I think that's going to be good enough to move the chains.
Another line down. Looked like maybe a cramp.
Yeah, this training staff for Jessieville is definitely getting a workout tonight, as that's the third Lion to go down here in just the first half, or excuse me, just in the second half. Fortunately, Benson and Hare been able to return. You'd like to see the same from this young man. Not really able to get a number on the guy. I think it might be one of the linemen for Jessieville that's down there. No, that's going to be the number 51 there of Ty LaFoon. But he gets up under his own power and limps off the field. That's always a good sight to see. So right now, 1st and 10, Jessieville. Down 1, 5:51 left to play in the third quarter. Ball on the 15-yard line. And the clock is rolling. Hare in the backfield, along with Matthew Huff. Holloway, a receiver on the play, along with Davis in the slot. Another handoff to Huff, and Huff, very physical run, does a great job of, breaking through the hole there and meeting a few guys and keeping the feet moving and finally going down after a gain of about 4 or 5 on the play.
Yeah, if he doesn't keep moving his feet right there, I mean, somebody had him at the line of scrimmage, so that definitely could have been no gain, but he was able to fight back and, gain a few yards.
Yeah, not much of a hole there, but he was able to, like you said, keep those feet moving and make something out of nothing there. As Hare comes in the line, 2nd and 7 here. Ball on the 12-yard line. He's going to throw here across the middle to Benson. Benson, touchdown, Jessieville. Joey Benson on the slant across the middle, and they finally connect, and that's going to be a touchdown, Jessieville, to take this lead here with 4:40 left to play in the third.
That's the same play we saw earlier for that big third down conversion right there to Joey Benson.
Yep, and that's what we were talking about. That was one reason why we were hoping that injury earlier wasn't going to be a big one, because that's exactly what you want him for there, is you want that big guy to go across the middle, have your quarterback take the quick throw, and, right there, that's exactly what you want. Quinones on now for the extra point, looks like they're going for 2.
Wildcat formation.
Benson trying it again, and he isn't going to get it. He's going to be stopped. And Benson, you saw him kind of run that Wildcat look again earlier in the first half, and it worked for him then, but unfortunately not this time.
I think the defense was suspecting that, seeing him back there to take the ball from the snap, and they got right there in the middle. He had nowhere to go.
So Jessieville back on top now, 19-14, 4:40 left to play in the third quarter. Jessieville kicking team coming onto the field, getting ready to get set. Defensively, you've played a great game. You've done a great job all ball game, doing a good physical job, trying to get in that backfield and stop them for a loss. They've gone to the air a few times, but unable to connect. You just want to hopefully keep the same thing going, and be strong on defense.
Yeah, that's one of the things we saw after the first possession. Jessieville was able to create a lot of pressure on the quarterback, and once he feels that pressure and he scrambles, he doesn't have much to do.
Quinones with the kick, and there's going to be a penalty marker on the field. That was almost returned by the number 3 of Jesse Hawks for Perryville. And that is going to be a penalty on Jessieville. So that's going to back the kicking team up about 5 yards, I do believe.
Like offsides on one of the lines.
So Quinones is going to get a second chance to kick this one. returners on the field for Perryville are number 3 of Jesse Hawks. And I believe that's a number 10 of Seth Pitts also in the back. Quinones, good kick. It's going to be brought out by Hawks. Once again, he crosses the 30. Flag on the field. It's going to be a penalty marker. Not sure what that's going to be. Hopefully that's going to be in favor of Jessieville. Oh, that's going to be a holding on the receiving team. That's going to be a big break there for Jessieville, as that's going to back the return up here and set them up right at about the 28-yard line. So here we go. First down for Perryville. Standridge in the backfield. Takes a snap, looks to throw, swings it out, and it's just going to be dropped by the number 15 of Cole Howard. As that was just a good throw, swung it out to the sidelines there, and it just went right through the hands and hit Howard right in the chest, and unable to catch that football.
He was just trying to take off before he had possession of the ball, and unfortunately you just got to maintain, contact till you get that thing in your hands.
Yeah, and if he's able to catch that ball, that's possibly a good gain there for Perryville. As that was a, good play for Perryville, good throw there by Standridge. Again, same look, going back to the other side, caught this time. Tries to work the sidelines a little bit, gain of about 5, maybe 6 on the play. So, again, you saw Perryville go to that same play twice in a row. They swung it out to the right the first time, didn't come up with anything, ran it again, swung it out to the left, and able to nearly catch a first down. 3rd and 4. Direct keep to the quarterback. Had a little bit of a hole, but able to bring him in. That's going to be good enough for a first down. That was Standards on the QB keep.
Yeah, that was a good move by him. He started to go left, noticed that there wasn't anything there, and made a move to the right, found that hole for about 8-10 yards. It was a good play by the quarterback.
Yep, and Benson saw him get up a little slow on the play, as he's been banged up in this first half, and he's still in this ball game. A lot of these Jessieville Lions, they play both sides of the football, so right about in a football game like this, the physicalness of a game like this, you got to start thinking about injuries and trying to keep these guys healthy. Again, a low snap, and he's going to be wrapped up and brought down in the backfield. Good job by Jessieville. And Jordan, I mentioned it in the first half, and that's the 4th time that this football has been snapped and hadn't even made it off of the ground. This center, number 50 for Perryville, Hunter Johnson, he's got to do a better job of snapping that football. That's been a loss every single time, and that's the 4th time so far in this ball game that ball hasn't even made it off the turf.
Yeah, you definitely want efficiency when you're trying to create something here.
Yep.
It's 2nd out of 13 now just because of the low snap.
Yeah, you don't have much of a shot at the play if the ball doesn't get to the quarterback. As he tries to swing it. Great job by Charlie Davis with the defense there, as he tried to swing that ball across the middle. That ball had some heat on it, and if that's a catch, that's a touchdown. Charlie Davis with the athletic play to put 2 hands in there and bat that ball down.
Yeah, Davis was definitely playing with some confidence there, because possibly if he missed that ball, that's a touchdown, because it was a one-on-one situation with him and that receiver.
Yep, and there was nobody to stop him if he doesn't get a hand on that ball. So here you go, 3rd and 13 for Perryville. Standridge with the snap, looks to throw, has the pressure, under pressure by Benson, and he just grounds it. And that's a good defensive job there, as he was under pressure by 3 Jessieville linemen. Benson was in his face as soon as he got the ball. And I'm not sure if there's intentional grounding or.
He had his running back in front of him, so I'm assuming that's who they used for the receiver option.
Yep. So here we go. Fortunate enough, 4th and 13. Standard drawn for the punt. Almost got a hold of that one. Holloway is going to be the returner, but he's just going to let it roll. The number 12 of Perryville, Hester, is going to down that football right at about the 39-yard line.
Yeah, number 61 for Jessieville, Aaron Murders. He was trying to get that block, almost ran into the kicker and caused that penalty, which would have been real big for Jessieville, especially trying to increase this lead they have right now.
Yeah, that would have been a good field position situation for Jessieville. Would have been taken over, knocking on the door. But here we go. Jessieville going to take over on the 33, not the 39. So Hare looking to the side, looking for a little bit of a signal, trying to get the correct play. Benson in the slot. Hare with the snap. Looks to throw, got a hand on it, and that's the number 32, just getting his size up there. And that's Luis Chinos on the batted down ball, as he just got both hands up there and batted that ball down at the line of scrimmage.
That definitely looked like a risky play. His hair just kind of stepped back and, he just kind of tossed it over the line there.
Yep.
That was almost intercepted by number 32, Chinos.
Yeah, he had both hands on it. Here you go, trips at the bottom of your screen. Hare looks to throw. He's got a man, flag on the field. Hare making a few people miss, has a little bit of room, makes another guy miss, still on his feet, up the sideline, stays in bounds and crosses the sticks. But going way back, about 25 yards back, we've got a penalty marker. And that's probably going to be a holding call on Jessieville, so that ball is going to be coming back here.
Yeah, it looked like one of the linemen had just too much jersey on that one.
And right there, Hare, he had a receiver wide open in the flats. And you see him there, instead of pulling the trigger and making the throw, you see him kind of stutter and juke and jive and, able to make some guys miss and turn a few yards into something. But, right there, not able to see the open man downfield. 2:43 left to play in the third. Jessieville on top, 19-14. Ball on the 15-yard line. So we've got quite a bit of green field left in front of us before we're back in the end zone. 2nd and 28. Hare looks to throw, gets the ball out. He has got a man, and it's caught on the sidelines. B.J. Holloway with the ball, with the reception. Great throw by Hare. That's going to be about a 35-yard reception, I believe.
Yeah, let's talk about that catch. Number 5, Holloway, man, he had to turn around all the way to get that one.
Yeah, that was going up forward as he caught that ball on the sidelines above his head, and just, talking about Hare, a great throw as he took that snap, looked downfield, knew who he was going to, and a great football in the air where really only his receiver could get to it.
It definitely got him out of trouble, too. It wasn't the 2nd and 28 that was concerning. It was that they were inside their own 15.
Yep, 1st and 10 ball on a 49. Going to be a rush by Huff there as he's going to gain about 5 and go down. Ball may have looked like it was coming out, as it looked like a few Perryville defenders looked like they were going for a football. .152 left in the third, 2nd and 7. Jessieville finally across midfield, trying to really make it a 2-possession ball game here late. Hare with Huff in the backfield. He's going to hand it off. Huff crossing the line of scrimmage. He's going to gain about 3 on the play. So a very, very big 3rd down here for Jessieville. 3rd and short, looking at about 3rd and 4. You want to keep this drive alive so that you can possibly put some points on this board and really make it difficult for Perryville to do something here, as they're going to have Hare keep it, and he's going to get enough to cross the sticks, and he is going to gain about 7 or 8 on the play, and that's going to be good enough for a 1st down, as Jessieville is going to get a new set of downs. Ball is going to be placed right at the 35-yard line. It is sitting perfectly centered at midfield. Hare once again looking to the sidelines for a signal as Coach Burke is giving those signals. Hare in the backfield, lined up with Huff. Once again, Hare with a little option look. He's going to try and make something out of nothing. He's going to break free and squeeze forward for a gain of about 3 or 4 on the play.
He does not stop until he is stopped.
Yeah, that's definitely a very good job by him of taking the initial hit in the backfield and dragging a few guys forward for at least a few yards there as Jessieville is faced with a 2nd and 9. And I think we're going to go into the 4th quarter here with Jessieville on top, trying to score again. So Jessieville really has an opportunity here to make this a 2-possession ball game in the 4th quarter, and that's exactly what you want to do if you're Coach Burke and this Jessieville offense. And here we are back out on the field as we are set to start the 4th quarter, 4th and final quarter, as Jessieville is here on top at homecoming, 19-14, as we have got the ball and are facing 2nd and 9, ball on the 34-yard line as we are trying to make it a 2-possession ball game. Hare looks to throw, under pressure, gets the ball out and throws it straight to the ground, just a little short. He had a man, Davis, didn't have anybody within about 4 or 5 yards of him. Hare was under a little bit of pressure, tried to just throw that one a little bit, kind of like almost like a little jump pass almost, and just threw it straight into the ground.
Yeah, you get that ball to Davis, man, he'd take off like a rocket.
Yeah, you're for sure, moving the chains on that. So here they are, 3rd and 9. Huff in the backfield, and that's going to be a good offsides call, approachment call there as Jessieville is going to do a little snap count and make these guys jump off sides, and that's going to be good enough. That's going to set us up to about 3rd and 4.
Definitely a lot more comfortable place instead of 3rd and 9, because now you got more than just one option.
Yeah, that is definitely true, and they've been good so far here tonight on these 3rd down situations. You saw them earlier in this drive do the quarterback keep to Hare and just kind of pick up those few yards and pick up the first, and maybe you'll look to see that same thing here right now. Benson in motion, and you see Hare pick up, get behind a few blocks, still on his feet, finally slung down at the 10-yard line. Ball's going to come out, but he's going to be down as that ball came out when he was slamming the ground, but that's going to be a great job right as we were talking about it. Again on 3rd down, 3rd and short, do the direct snap to your quarterback and let him get behind those blocks and pick up that 1st down, and he was able to pick up 1st and quite a few more before he was finally slung down.
And that's just the thing. I mean, in the first half you didn't see many blocks there, but this second half they've been opening those gaps, and the players have been fortunate enough to hit them and gain a lot of yards.
Yeah, it's definitely been easier running for Hare in the second half compared to the first. Davis in the slot. Hare again on the keep. And he's going to be gobbled up after a gain of about 2 on the play. And Jessieville's, one thing I will say about it, they've been patient. They've been very patient. You know, they're sticking with plays, even though that, you know, we've mentioned the quarterback keep. You know, it'll get stopped one play and you may get a first down on the next. But they've been patient and they've continued to run it. And now you see here late in the ball game it finally opening up for them and creating a few gaps and, you know, finally making some things happen.
Right now, nobody's even on Holloway, wide open.
Hare again with the direct snap. He's got a block, and he's going to march it in for a Jessieville touchdown. Carson Hare with the quarterback keep, and you see him march it right into the end zone, cross the goal line untouched, touchdown Jessieville, and we're going to extend our lead 25-14 as Quinones comes on to attempt the extra point.
I think they may be looking to go for 2 here again.
You're right. You were right. I see Hare. I see Davis. They're going to come out and attempt 2. That first attempt, you know, they tried to do that direct snap to Benson. It didn't work for them. Let's see what they've got now. And there's going to be a penalty marker on the flag. It's probably going to be a false start on the offense.
Yeah, one of the linemen jumped early on that one, just anticipating the snap.
So now are you bringing your kicking unit out, or are you still going for 2? And they are. They're going to bring Quinones out, and they're going to kick this extra point. I think that's a smart decision. You know, it's worth going for 2 if you're, you know, inside that 5-yard line or going to take that attempt. But, you know, after the penalty, you might as well just take the for sure points and just kick the extra point.
Well, doing this will put them up by 12, so it'll be a 3-possession game. Or unless they score 2 touchdowns.
So Jessieville on top here with 10:43 left to play here at Phillips Field and Line Stadium. As Jessieville on top, 26-14 at homecoming. So right there, you saw that both of these offenses had a little bit of an issue in the first half of getting inside the 20-yard line and then stalling. You know, rather it was for missed opportunities or rather it was because of penalties. They've definitely have done a good job here in the second half, especially Jessieville's done a good job here of, you know, not stalling out on those drives, you know, keeping the ball moving, having a good play selection and you know, really spreading this offense out. As you saw them, you know, throw the ball several times and rush the ball several times on that drive down the field. And I think that was a 95-yard drive, I believe, by Jessieville. Good kick by Quinones. That's going to be caught about the 15-yard line and brought out. Little bit of room. And he's going to be dropped at about the 35, call it about the 36-yard line.
Yeah, it was definitely a good return. He hit one of them holes and just went straight up through there until one of them defensive players actually tackled him.
Yeah, and that's what you got to do if you're a returner. You know, if you catch that ball in the backfield and you've got a little bit of a head of steam, you can't, you know, try to find your blocks. You can't really, you know, do any of the dancing in the backfield or you're going to get swallowed up pretty quick. But if you catch that ball and you just run straight as hard as you can and into that hole, you're going to do a great job. And again, great defense by Charlie Davis as he put the ball on the ground yet again as they were looking for that reception over the middle. He had a man, but fortunately was able to put that ball down. Was able to put that ball on the turf.
Yeah, great coverage by Davis on that. Both those guys are real quick, but he's just able to dive and get his hand in there just enough to make a miss.
Stanridge with the snap, looks to throw, gets the ball out. He's got a man downfield with the catch. He's at the 20, to the 10, the 5, Touchdown, Perryville.
I don't think that he could have had a better pass right there.
But we got a flag here late. Not sure what the penalty is, but, man, what a throw from Standridge as he took the snap and just, there was double coverage on him.
He could
But
not have placed that ball in.
that was a beautiful, beautiful ball right over the shoulder into the hands in stride of the receiver, and he was able to march that one and, get in the end zone untouched there to close this gap a little bit.
Still not sure what that penalty was. I don't know if it was for a celebration or maybe a personal foul.
Both coaches are looking for an explanation from the white hat here. Coach Burke not happy on this Jessieville sidelines. As right there's a big opportunity to hold this Perryville offense, and they throw one right over the top of your head for 6.
It's going to be a personal foul in Jessieville, and I think that penalty will actually apply on the kickoff.
Yeah, so that's gonna hurt us, and hopefully we can maybe get some good yards on their return. So hopefully the penalty doesn't hurt too much.
Just when you think you can put this game away, these offenses, man, you've got so many weapons, they come right back at you. So we're back in the game, only up 5 now. So
Yeah, you definitely gotta do a good job as far as keeping an eye on this quarterback Standridge, as he's got the ability. They were trying to ground and pound the ball the previous drive, and we were able to push them to 3 and out. And then here you go, they throw it twice and score 6. So one thing that you've got to do is keep your head on a swivel. You can't, anticipate the run. You got to expect it all.
And one thing Jessieville's going to have to do after they get this ball is, there's 10 minutes and 20 seconds left. They've got to get first downs. You can't just run the clock out.
Yeah, with that being said, you want to try to eat up as much of this clock as you can. Hopefully you can, if you can take 5 minutes off of this clock and put the ball in the end zone, then one thing that you're doing is you're creating that little bit of time, or that less of time, should I say, for Perryville to do something. And if you can make it a 2-possession ball game and only give them 5 minutes to make those 2 possessions happen, you're putting them against a pretty big wall. Good kick, as that ball is going to go over the head and into the end zone. That's a great kick by 64.
Yeah, that penalty that Jessieville got for that personal foul definitely hurt him on that one.
Yep, and that's going to be Hayden Godsponsor on the play. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, Jordan, but that's what I'm reading. Spawner, not sure.
Got Spawner, I think that's him.
And here you go, leader of this Jessieville offense, Carson Hare, comes onto the field as he addresses his huddle. You've got a couple receivers on the play. Charlie Davis in the slot, along with Landon Daly. Hare's going to take the snap, hand it off to Matthew Huff. Matthew Huff's going to barrel forward and be brought down after a gain of about 4 on the play. And good tackling by Perryville. They've been very aggressive on defense, and they've been bringing it to our guys. They're making us work for this win.
One of the things they're doing is, they're really trying to pay attention to that ball carrier and where the ball is. They've been able to force almost, a few turnovers just by punching that thing out. So it's real important that Jessieville holds on to it.
Yeah, and you've definitely got that option, to pay attention to. Right there as you see the keep to Hare. And Hare is going to go down. Not sure. He went down awkwardly on that play, and he's going to kind of get up slow, as it looked like he slipped right as he kind of got hit there.
Yeah, it looked like one of those defenders just kind of laid down on his leg. And,
yeah. As that's always a dangerous situation whenever you kind of get rolled up on. See a lot of knee injuries from those guys, as some of these linemen, they get to blocking and get to rolling around, and that's a lot of weight.
He was able to get that first down, and he's been here all night. He's been banged around, beat up, but he's still showing that heart, and he's one of these leaders of the team, and he's keeping on going.
Benson again in motion. Hand off to Huff. Huff trying to drag a few bodies. Gain of about 2 on the play.
Lions have almost already ran off 2 minutes of the clock. They've just, just begun the new set of downs, 2nd down to 6 here.
Yeah, that's one thing they're doing right now is they're definitely keeping the ball on the ground. They want to try and run as much of this clock off as long as they've got the lead as they can. And, they're seeing a lot of Hare, and that's good penetration there for this Perryville defense as Hare got to the line of scrimmage. And as soon as he got in that hole, he was met right there by, I think that was number 6.
Had another injury here.
Yeah, and this is
Somebody holding their knee for the Lions.
And this looks like, again, 51. That's the LaFoon. That's the second time he's gone down tonight. As that's one of the younger guys on the front line there. Jessieville really being pegged with injuries here tonight. As I think this is the 4th or 5th guy that's gone down since we got out of halftime.
Unfortunately, most of those players have been able to return to the field.
Yeah, it's always scary to see when you got a guy out there laying down. So hopefully LaFoon can get back up and get back to moving. You see the number 72, it looks like, of Joshua Witt coming in to replace him. So as he gets up here, the assistance of Coach O'Neill and the training staff, he's going to limp his way back to the sidelines as he's favoring, it looks like, that left knee of his. As he took a shot to it earlier in the second half, earlier in the third quarter, and, may have taken a little bit of one right there. So hopefully it's nothing serious, nothing major, and he's able to return, if not tonight, maybe next week. But, hopefully nothing serious for that young man. So here we go, 3rd and 5. Jessieville's been successful so far in the second half on 3rd down conversions. This is a big 3rd down conversion for Jessieville. Here we go, play fake.
There's that little pass I did earlier
That's
where he just kind of tosses it over the line.
Yeah, right there. It hadn't worked the first few attempts, but that right there you see it does, and that's to Benson. And Benson able to kind of make that little, I don't even know what you would call that. It's yeah, I mean, it's just like a jump pass without the jump almost. But
yeah, Benson had a lot of room going forward. For some reason, he made a move, and he kind of hesitated and almost wasn't even able to get the first down because he had a guy on him.
yeah, he had to lunge forward to pick up that extra yardage to pick up the first to move the sticks. So as Jessieville still moving the ball, 7:40 left to play, clock rolling. Jessieville set up with a new set of downs. Hare with the snap. Hands it off to, it looks like, the number 3 of Matthew Huff, as he's going to fall forward for a gain of about 4 on the play.
And we got number 55, Drew Spears. He lost his helmet, which means he's going to have to come out of the game for at least one play.
Yeah.
He's being replaced by number 62, Lincoln Crawford.
Yeah, and that's something that they had in the rule books for a couple years now, that, helmet comes off, you got to come out for a play until you get that hat back on and everything. So we're going to see what this young man can do for his play of fame here tonight. Second and 7. Hare looks to throw on this play. He's got men in his face, not stepping up. He's still under pressure. He's got all day. Finally a flag, but that's going to be on Jessieville, probably for a holding call, as he's still looking, but finally finally pushes upfield, but that ball is going to be coming back. Hare, he had all day to throw, but just, was looking all over the field, was under pressure the whole time. And, when you've got your quarterback scrambling for that long in the backfield, you're just waiting on a penalty marker coming from a holding call.
Yeah, and after that that penalty was called, Hare continued up the right side of the field. Looked like maybe one of Perryville players is hurt.
Yeah, right there, he, like you said, he turned upfield and picked up a couple yards, and right as he stepped out of bounds, he kind of lowered that shoulder and laid a lick on one of those Perryville guys. But if that's not a penalty on the play, he's probably 2 yards shy of a first down.
The holding call is going to push them back to where they were at the 25-yard line. That's going to be a big deal here with only 6 minutes and 36 seconds to go.
Yeah, Hare, in that situation, you've seen him. He's been in that situation quite a bit here tonight as he looks to throw and just gets that pressure, and he likes to, kind of stand there and dance a little bit. And, as a quarterback, you can't really do that. You got to make some moves. You got to, make some plays or get the ball out, because in a situation like that, you're just asking for a penalty or you're asking, for a sack. So in a situation like that, maybe roll out and get that ball, get it out of bounds, come back to the line.
Sitting there waiting for something to happen, and he was just trying to find somebody open. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to do it quick enough.
But as they are going to be faced with a 2nd and 25, this is a big situation here. If I'm Coach Burke, I'm not trying to pick this whole 25 yards up in one play. You technically have got, 3 downs to pick up this 25 yards. So, be smart, be conservative. Come to the line with a good 2nd and 25 play. Maybe pick up 5 or 10 and, make it a manageable 3rd down. And maybe if you don't pick it up on 3rd, maybe you set yourself in a good situation for 4th and short. So,
Yeah, regardless, you definitely want to give yourself a chance to gain some yardage here, whether it be on the ground or in the air. That way you don't have to take the whole 25 the next down.
Yeah, definitely cannot. We cannot afford to waste this play here, this down.
Still attending to the player on the other sideline. I think he was holding his knee. Hopefully we get to see him get up pretty soon. And he's starting to come to his feet. That's a good sign. We always want to see that. I'd rather him limp off the field and be carted off.
Yeah, if they're, whenever they're able to get up under their own power, that's always good. At least a little bit of a good sign.
He's still moving real slow. Favoring that. I think that's his left leg. Hopefully those 2 guys that just got hurt recently will be all right.
So as we are here on the injury timeout, Jessieville on top, 26-21 over Perryville with 6:36 left to play. This so far has been a heck of a ball game. We've seen a couple lead changes, and right now we're just trying to close this one out. We're trying to take as much time off of this clock as we possibly can, and finish this game out with the W and keep an undefeated season right now. You definitely do not want to lose at home during homecoming and to break an undefeated season. So here we go.
Clock's still running.
Hare facing a 2nd and about a mile. As he takes the snap, looks to the air. He has got one man open, but under pressure, does a good job there. Great job of getting the ball out of bounds there.
That definitely could have been a disaster as he had about 4 defensive players around him. That could have been about a 5 to 10 yard loss right there.
Yeah, and that was one thing that we were saying. You got to be smart. When he's under pressure, you can't do any of that dancing around stuff. You got to get to the sidelines and try to get that ball out of bounds if you know you're not going to be able to make anything out of it, and try to save yourself a down maybe. So, or save yourself some yardage at least. So here we go, 3rd and long. Ball on the 25-yard line. Got 25 yards to go before first down. With the snap, swings it out to Benson. Benson with the reception across the 30. Still on his feet across the 40. He's going to get to about the original line of scrimmage. He's going to get to about the, not sure where they're going to spot this ball. They're going to spot it right at midfield, and that's going to be a great spot for Jessieville, and that's going to move the chains and set us up with a first down. Great job by Benson there. He was able to catch that ball in the slot and was able to make a few guys miss. One guy had around his ankle. He was able to lose that guy and pick up the first. Great job there to pick up the first and long. Good job there. Physical run by Hare as he's brought down by about 2 or 3 Perryville defensive players. That was number 1, Nathan Gilbert on the tackle. Got to do – go ahead.
I was going to say, man, this is only their third set of downs this drive, and they're already 5 minutes down on the clock.
Yeah, they've definitely – that was one thing that we were saying. You want to eat as much time off of this clock as you possibly can, and, that's one thing that they have done as they've kept this ball on the ground most plays, and it's worked for them. You got to be very smart and make sure you don't turn this football over, though, here late. Little option look, little read option look for Hare as he keeps it and gains about 3 on the play. Coach Burke not happy with his decision to keep that ball. So as they are not facing as big of a third down as the one previously, they're facing 3rd and 7, 4:49 and rolling. Man in motion, takes the snap to Hare again. Hare breaks a tackle, still on his feet, dragging a few guys, hangs on to the football, and finally brought down inbounds.
Still going to be a couple yards short after that carry, but, man, he wasn't giving up.
Yep, that's going to be about 4th and 2. So this is definitely a huge call here on what you do. If you're Coach Burke and you run the quarterback keep, it's a toss-up on whether or not you're going to run into a brick wall or you're going to, find a gap. So you got to be smart. You got to tell those guys up front to push. So this is a huge 4th down. Clock's rolling, 4th and 2, 4:20 left to play. And that's a great false count to make these guys, these Perryville defense players dump off sides. And that's going to be enough to move the chains and set us up with a first down. Great false count by Hare here, and 3 of those Perryville defensive linemen fell for it.
Yeah, that was a good decision by Coach Burke to pull that one. It never hurts to check up and see if you can get them to jump like that, because that's free yards.
Yep, and that was exactly what he was telling Hare when he came off that sideline, to snap it on 2, snap it on 2.
Now with a new set of downs, we're looking at 4 minutes.
Yep, that's a big 3rd down conversion there. Jessieville's done an excellent job of really moving this football. And if you can really even just get into field goal range, you got a decent field goal kicker of Quinones. Here, read option. And great job by Hare just hitting him in the mouth.
Yeah, he stood him up and tried to run him over.
Yeah, you got to, he looks like he had a little bit of something to say after the play. Got to do a good job of keeping your mouth shut and, getting back to the huddle so you don't get any personal foul calls and bring that player out there back.
Yeah, Hare's still feeling it, though.
Yeah,
Up a little slow.
he's limping.
That could be because he's been getting hit all night.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely had to move those legs tonight. He's cramping or banged up one, but he's here late in the 4th quarter with only 3 minutes left to play in this ball game. He's feeling it. Not sure on the amount of rushing yards he's got tonight, but I can guarantee you every single one of them has been a tough rush. As they hand it off to number 3 of Matthew Huff, and he's able to fall forward for a gain of about 3. It's going to set us up with, again, another 3rd down situation. About 3rd and 5 is where they're going to set the ball. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to play.
That's a big third down here. Both teams still have 3 timeouts. You definitely got to convert here. If not, you're wanting to get close where you can try and draw them off sides again, or maybe do a run play.
Yeah, he just tried the false count there. Couldn't get anything. Sees a snap. Fakes it to Huff, and a great reception by Benson as they do that little jump look right over the top. He threw it right over the head. It looked like it almost touched the helmet of a Perryville defender, and Benson was able to catch it and bring that one into his chest, and that's just enough for Jessieville first down, as they're going to move this chains once again on that crucial third down. That's going to bring us to about the 2-minute mark. Clock rolling, 1:59 left to play in this first half, in this ball game.
You can definitely tell they're trying to catch them off guard here. They may have been suspecting the run, but Coach Burke had a different idea going over the top again.
Yeah, and look at this play clock. I mean, they're snapping it with 1 seconds left every single time. I mean, they're doing a great job of utilizing every single second that they can on this clock and just trying to eat as much time as they can. As you see, Perryville is going to call their first timeout of this second half to stop the clock. 1:38 left to play.
Jessieville's probably in this possession at least 30 plays, if not more. It's astounding that they've almost wasted 9 minutes of clock.
So if you're Coach Burke and you know Perryville just wasted a timeout, they got 2 left, and you got 1:38. If you can get a first down, I think it's ball game. If you can pick up a first down, I think that the clock is in your favor enough, and they don't have enough timeouts to stop it. I think that you can close this football game out, especially the field position that they are in. I think that, they pick up this first down, they have an opportunity to close this game out or at least put them in field goal range to, really seal the deal.
Well, at this time, it's all about maintaining that ball, keeping it tight. You don't want to put it out there where they may be able to create a turnover.
Yep.
You don't want to give them a shot at one play because they've came up with, several big plays tonight.
Yeah, and it's with it only being a 5-point ball game, is all it takes is a touchdown, So you definitely have got to be smart, keep this ball on the ground. I'm telling my running backs to cover the points, cover the tips, and, roll with it. You got to definitely make sure that you stay in possession of this football for the next minute 38. Snap to Hare, hand off to Huff. Huff's going to push forward and barrel forward, still on his feet, and he's going to fall forward after a big rush there.
Yeah, that was a great job by Huff, using his blocker. He ran all the way until the blocker was, held up, and then he just kept going beside him.
Yep, and that's going to be another charge timeout for Perryville as we're in a good situation for 3rd and 1 here. And, that's a good job because right there that's making them waste another timeout before we pick up that first down. So that's a good opportunity there for Jessieville. And I want to brag on Huff here. This ball game, he has played his part. He has done a good job of being very conservative, making big plays whenever it mattered, and he has been a physical runner here tonight. As every time that he has hit that hole, he has hit somebody in the mouth and drugged some bodies, kept those feet moving, and done a very, very good job of running that football. Everybody has on this offensive unit for Jessieville. They've been very physical, very tough, and just, really, really, really a good performance here. Need to clean some things up before next week, but, tough performance and a really good job of not giving up here, win or lose.
Yeah, and what's interesting about this time clock right now, if they do get this first down, Perryville's still got one more timeout, so they may have to score.
And he's going to get that yard. And now Perryville is going to call a timeout. Are they? Are they rolling it? And they're going to roll it. So they're going to save that timeout. So right now I'm holding that ball until the play clock's at 1. It's a first and goal situation. So really, if you're Perryville, the clock is not in your favor. I mean, you can end this ball game pretty much right here.
Yeah, you just got to hold on to it. They stopped the clock with 55 seconds to go. I mean, you can run off 50 seconds in 2 plays. So, you know, that last play there,
That's
he's
going to
gonna run it.
Not sure what that penalty is there. That's going to be on the offense. Not sure if that's a delay.
Called intentional grounding.
Yeah. Not sure what happened there.
Stop the clock itself.
But we're still facing first down, 1st and 13. We just need to run this ball. He's going to kneel it. Not sure what we're doing here. So Perryville is going to blow their final timeout. And with that, Jessieville is going to be in a second down situation, and I think is all they're going to have to do is take a couple more knees, and that's going to be the ball game. And Jessieville did a great job here tonight of sealing this one away. Right there, as you saw those couple first down possessions really making a difference as those catches by Benson, you know, you saw him 3 times in this second half catch big balls on first down or on third and long or 3rd and short. But
and, you know, normally you've got the player of the game. Well, in this sense, it's players of the game because every single one of these guys out here have been beat up tonight, but you know they're still playing. They want to be in that game and they want to win.
Yeah, and they've all made big plays. I mean, they've made big plays in one way or another. And right there is he's going to take another knee. And that clock's going to keep rolling. Nobody's going to be able to stop it.
One more and it'll be game over.
So Jessieville at homecoming did a great job of sealing this one as the clock's still rolling, 28 seconds, and that's going to be it. As there's more time on the play clock than there is the game clock, and that's going to be the ball game here as Jessieville wins this one. A huge win at homecoming, 26-21 over Perryville. Heck of a ball game. Got to give a heads up to those Perryville players. You know, Stanridge, a couple of those guys had a heck of a ball game. You know, they played us to the final whistle, and they came here to play football, and got to give them credit for that.
Yeah, you definitely got to give credit to both teams. It was a hard fought-out battle, and you know, there for a while we thought it was going to be defensive after we saw the offensive side, but then the offense came back out after second half, so we really didn't know what to expect. Yeah,
they did a very good job of keeping in this ball game, and you know, very, very, very good effort. And I'm sure both coaching staffs on both sides of the football are going to be proud tonight. But I'd like to congratulate these guys here on the win tonight. I'd like to congratulate our Jessieville homecoming king and queen, and I'd like to wish you guys a safe drive home. And we'll see you again next time.